Victor Boyhan, and I want to I'll second the leader's proposals for the order of business, and I support them. And I particularly want to welcome and look forward to the speech by the President of the GAA, very, very significant individual, but an organisation that's very, very significant in the country, and one that is always worthy of great support. And I know the GAA would have huge support across the Houses, as it would in local government too. Leader, I just want to raise a few issues here. In relation to yesterday's announcement by the government in relation to the suspension of the levy, there was mixed messages yesterday morning from the Taoiseach that it would be a 3-year period. Later on in the day, when we had greater clarification, came down to 12 months. Well, look, I have a view on development levies. Developers are levied by local authorities. The levy contribution scheme is a fully reserved function of all of the local elected members of each of our 31 city or county councils, and it is a matter for them. And they propose and adopt and amend the scheme. There was no consultation with councillors, city or county councils in relation to this. I spoke to the Minister yesterday afternoon in terms of engagement at the committee, and he confirmed that yes, the CCMA were involved. That doesn't come as a surprise to many of us in this House. But the city and county councils weren't involved. There's now going to be another layer of administration in local authorities, and we haven't heard about the resources, and to be fair to the Minister, he needs time to set out the finer detail. So I have a concern about that, because I don't believe in gifting developers additional taxpayers' money. It's not the government's money, it's the people's money, it's the taxpayers' money, and I have a deep concern about that. I would have liked to see movement on VAT as a possible option. That wasn't pursued. But to suggest now we're going to give developers another gift, the same developers that lobbied for the Strategic Housing Development Scheme, which this current government abolished, the same developers that have hundreds of sites with full planning permission and are not activating. I sit on the Housing Committee, I hear it every day of the week. So we have a problem with developers that seem to have an open charter, an open door to walk around the corridors of Leinster House lobbying on behalf of the construction industry. They have it within their grasp to deliver these houses. They don't choose to, because it isn't profitable for them at this time. They control the land, they control development, and now we're handing them out money. One bit I do like of the scheme is, at least, and I think that came as a result of pressure within 24 hours before this scheme was going to be formally launched, was that one-off houses across the country will benefit for 12 months for the scheme. And that's considerable. It could be up to 20,000 for development levies, particularly in rural housing. Which brings me on to the point that we must have within weeks a government honour the commitment to deliver the rural housing guidelines. Because now there is a window of opportunity for 12 months, possibly with an extension, for a waiver, full waiver on development levies. But the folks in rural parts won't be able to build the houses because they haven't got the permissions, because we don't have rural housing guidelines. So I finish on that and say, also remember, MOCRA is here today at lunchtime. They're well on their way here now. And one of their key issues is rural housing guidelines and an easy, simple system of navigating the planning processes so that they can remain living on their farms and in their rural communities to support our elderly parents and families, and they can grow up and bring their children up in the land of their forebears, which they have inherited. Let's support them.